Hi, welcome to the May Insight, and for those of you that are new to my insight, I pulled two cards from my deck, the Words to the Wise Oracle. It's a deck that I created. It's a free-form deck that allows anybody to pull a couple of cards a day and get an insight into what's going on in their lives. If you want to take it for a test run, there's a link on my homepage on my website where you can ask a free question and find out how you like it. So the insight for this month, I pulled two cards, one for our physical plane, our day-to-day life, and then one for our higher purpose or our spiritual plane. So the cards that we have this month in the higher purpose or in our spiritual plane is a card called Integration. Now, integration talks about the fact that no matter how different we are, there's normally some core elements that we agree on. And it doesn't matter if we don't speak the language, it doesn't matter if we're a different religion, there's certain core elements that we agree on. And when you're trying to integrate who you are or integrate how you exist in the world, you start with those. So how this applies to your spiritual plane means that right now you are, well, you can be divided on what you believe, divided on who to trust, divided on what to do in your life. And with integration in this plane, it kind of says you need to kind of go back to the core elements of these things that drew you to them. Because if you're considering two things, then there's something about each of them that you're drawn to. And if you really go back into it, you'll probably find that it's a similar thing, maybe for a different reason, but it's a similar thing. So I think if you find the core element that makes you consider either of these things, that is a place to start with as far as making your decision and also becoming more at peace with what your decision is. Then on the physical plane, we have kind of a similar card, actually. We have Blended. And Blended talks about being able to coexist with two ways of being. You know, and I don't think it's talking about having two lives, but it is talking about that we sometimes have to have two ways of being. We have to, you know, be the mother, we have to be the person at work, and then we have to be our spiritual self or our religious self or our aggressive self, and we have to coexist these. We have to find the balance, especially in some jobs. You know, you have to leave the job at work. You know, you can't bring it home, or it's the kind of job you can't even share with your family. So you have to find a way within both of those existences, a core element that coexists, whether it's a belief system or an emotional attachment that you can reside in. Because if you do that, then the transition from one reality to the other reality becomes a lot easier. It's not quite so gear changing to where you have to completely cut it off. So as you go into this month, in May, in this reading, it's just kind of saying that you're going to have to try to find a balance between two ways of being within yourself. And it's not saying you should pick one over the other. It's not saying you should even walk away from one. It's just saying, okay, if these are two realities I have to live in, if these are two kinds of people I need to work with, you know, if these are two kind of jobs I have to do, there has to be a core element that allows me to even keep this in my life. Otherwise, and if there isn't a core element, then you need to reevaluate the one that doesn't have that, because it's probably something you shouldn't be doing or someone you shouldn't be hanging out with in the first place. So we're going to enjoy summer. May is here. Thank you so much for all the people that came to see me this month. Also, I'm going to be putting up a video probably next month of the new space here at the Keep. I've got a lot of my photography up, so it's kind of become like a little bit of an art gallery as well. And I'm going to be inviting people down if they want to come and see my work in person. That will be available. So again, thanks so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you during the month of May by phone or in person, also Facetime, Skype, all those things work. And the next insight will be out at the beginning of June. So thanks a lot.